you know. And I feel like, you know, Eddie Hearn's the kind of person who came to America on a limb to say he's trying to feel out the demographic and feel out who's who. But now he sees what kind of snakes and rats that claim to be who they are in the sport of boxing, and he sees that, wow, this is the reason why American boxing is so shitty right now, because of these fakes that run around claiming they do what they do but don't do shit, you know. So I take my hat off to Eddie though. You know what I mean? I've talked smack about Eddie plenty of times about AJ, but when it comes to the business side of it, not only as a promoter, but how he handles his promotion company, the people that he hires, man, they're dope. You know what I mean? Eddie comes to me, has an idea. If I can make it happen, I'll make it. If I don't, I don't. I said, cool, I'm with it. And he says I could do it. Let's do it. And he does it. And I feel that's the biggest thing between boxing and fighters is promoters and managers claim they can do certain things. And when they can't do it, instead of them being upfront with the fighter so they can't do it, they BS around the corner and give the fighter a run around. Next thing you know, 6, 7, 8 months go by, you don't fight. Or certain things happen in the contract. So, you know, I'm at that point now where the ball is rolling, but I'm not 100% happy with my situation. And it has to be fixed. Immediately has to be fixed. And it's not nothing to do with Eddie Hearn or Matchroom Boxing or DAZN. You know, I had a situation with GCP promotion, Greg Cohen promotion. And I like how Greg Cohen did certain things. But he was a man. He came to the table and he fixed it. Now we got to let Sleater Promotions be a man, hopefully grow some balls and come to the table and fix what he's done. Plain and simple.
It sounds like an ongoing situation that's not going to resolve itself overnight.
More money, more problems. Always remember that. More money, more problems in the sport of boxing. People that can't do what they say they can't do will always try to make as much money as they can as quick as possible because you eventually sniff them out as being a rat or being a fake. You know, people always sell you a dream. And I'm not the one to be sold a dream. My thing is if you can produce, you get produce. You see what I'm trying to say? If you can't produce, you get no produce. It's as simple as that. You can't get no product if you're not putting it. And that's how my thing is. I don't want nobody around me that wants to collect and say this and say they're doing this, but not doing shit. You can't say you're a promoter if you're not promoting. You can't say you're doing this if you're not doing this. I do everything. I do my own publicist. I do my own flyers. I do my own social media. I do everything on my own. And I'm the one that still has to jump into the ring. So why am I with a promoter if a promoter's not doing this job? That's what I'm trying to say. So that's where I'm at dealing with certain people, man. They fake it and they're trying to make it. Fake it till they make it. It's a good saying. But if you're faking it and you're not quite there yet, people sniff you out, you have a problem. You know what I mean? Because nobody will give you handouts. This sport, a lot of people want handouts. You know, and Eddie Hearn is a person that he's seen in America. A lot of people want handouts without doing crap.
Okay. Interesting to listen to you talk like that.
Yeah, man. You know, but boxing is a dirty sport. We all know that. But it's not because of the fighters why boxing is dirty. It's the people in between the sports that try to connive fighters out of their money. And the poor thing about it is that us as fighters, we don't sit down and educate each other. Even if I want to fight AJ might say, hey, big baby, I want to tell you something. Put all the bullshit aside, let me tell you something. So, you know, I want to punch this guy in the face, but let me hear what he got to say. He said, hey, big baby, this is just going on the table. Just chill. Now, for me as a business person, if AJ called me and say, I want to tell you something on a business perspective, and I listen, maybe he said, you know what, shit, maybe I should listen to AJ. Maybe he knows something I don't know, you know? And that's sometimes as far we got to kind of put the warrior mentality aside for a while and think business, you know? And that's what I was trying to do for 1 or 2 fighters, even with Trevor Bryan. I said, you know what, you want to punch me in my face, I want to punch you in the face. But hey, listen, pick up the phone. I need to tell you something because this is what's going on. And you need to know about it. Because we fighters. We both in this losing brain cells every time we jump in that ring. Might as well we try to eat. But that's the problem when you have manager promoters in the middle of it. They try to keep fighters away from educating each other. And that's when we say, oh, he's a piece of crap and the manager and this guy, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. Because remember, the way to break any relationship is communication. We keep the fighters divided, and that's how we conquer them. You know what I mean? The minute Floyd met Pacquiao at a basketball game and they started talking, the fight happened. It could happen for 2-3 years.
True.
The minute two fighters said, "I want to happen. You want to make it happen? That's how we gonna do it." They made the fight happen, and that's the same thing. I feel like in sport of boxing that, if fighters can sit down and talk sometimes, and don't listen to what he say, this one say, because I've seen guys lose millions of dollars. I've seen fighters recently lose millions of dollars because this promoter is not the head promoter on the show, so he's not gonna let his fighter fight on the card because he's not the head promoter. You're still getting a percentage of your fighter's money, but because you're not the head promoter, you're making your fighter lose on a potential millions of dollars because of your ego. So your business is not your fighter making money on a short career that he has. It's your ego. And that's my problem with some of these white-collar promoters out here, man. I can't deal with them.
How do you describe this, if you were to term this kind of side to boxing, how would you describe it as a term?
Treacherous. Treacherous. You have to not only be an athlete. See, basketball, football, hockey, baseball, they have it easy. I don't care what nobody say. The minute they turn pro contract, they have an agency that does a lot of groundwork for them. Boxing, you don't have that. You have to be an athlete, a business person. You have to be ring savvy, business savvy. You have to be a spokesperson. You have to have the full package, And fighters have to understand that there's no one person in the sport of boxing that's going to do that for you. Not one manager in the sport of boxing will do everything for you. And I've learned that where I've fired 3 managers, hired a team, the Wiseman Group, who have a team of lawyers, have a publicist, they have a guy that's doing the marketing, a guy that's doing their sponsorship. I like that. I like guys that have teams because if one thing is not working, they ask somebody for help. You know what I mean? Even though we get in the ring, it's a team sport outside. And if one promoter's giving you a shitload of dreams and hasn't produced that for anybody else, then you have to give it a question mark. Or a promoter that was a fighter, like Slita, who didn't do it for his own career, making promises, which I never believed in those promises anyway, but making promises to other fighters. Let's take a look at what he done for his career. Talk about you be a warrior, you get in there and fight. But what happened when you fought Amir Khan? What was that war mentality you telling this other fighter to jump in there, risk his life to give you a payday and tell him to hang in there strong? But when it was your turn to do that, the first punch he threw, he sneezed. You found the canvas to collect a check. That's what I'm trying to say. So, man, it's treacherous. Treacherous. No matter how much, for 300 pounds, I walk real light in this sport. I'm like a ninja. Ninja. You know where I'm going to land.
Okay. Listen, it's getting late and I don't want to keep you up.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm chilling, man.
Appreciate your time.
No problem,
I'm sure I'm going to catch up with you again. It's only Wednesday.
Yeah.
We have another 3 days until fight night, so I know I'm going to be, around.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, man.
Jarrell Miller. What's your full name? What's your middle name?
Oh, my gosh. I think it's English.
What?
Arlington.
Arlington.
Arlington is my middle name. Yeah. My dad speaks, I think 4 languages, if I remember. He speaks English, Haitian Creole, French, German, and Spanish.
How many do you speak?
I speak English, Spanglish,
Spanglish.
Trinidadian, Jamaican, Belizean.
So just English.
This is English with a little curry on it. That's all it is.
Just English. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, man.
Jarrell Arlington Miller.
Gerald
The
Arlington King Miller the third.
The third.
The third.
Thank you very much for talking to our full TV, and we'll definitely catch up with you again this week. So
Let's make it happen. Sounds good.
All right.